Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a really exciting video for me because it is someone that I'm absolutely so proud of. Has released a palette, not just a palette, a makeup collection. I only unfortunately have the palette here. With everything going on, I'm on a little bit of a budget. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that me and the girls that I work with now, we're actually opening up our own salon and it's really exciting. So it's gonna be opening in January, so we have like a month and it's Christmas and we have to get it done for the end of January. And yeah, great time and have a new salon and still be working in an old salon. So like, yeah. But it's really exciting and I am on a spending ban, which doesn't seem to be working for me at the minute, so I couldn't buy the full collection, but I did manage to pick up this palette and that's what I was really excited about. So I'm going to do two looks for you today. One, which is this one here, which is nice and colourful, and then another one which is using the neutrals, which I just wanted to do the two sides of the palette because like this is fun and all, but I will tend to use more of the neutral tones on a day-to-day basis. So I just wanted to show you that even though it looks quite colourful, there is definitely some neutrals in there that you can really play around with and have a beautiful everyday look with as well. So if you want to see how I created this look using the Keilidh MUA and So Sue by Suzanne Jackson eyeshadow palette, then keep on watching and I will show you how. The first shade that we're going to go in with is the shade Unruly. A beautiful plummy burgundy tone with like a pink undertone to it. We're going in with that Unruly shade on a Keilidh 227 brush. And I'm just concentrating this in that crease, building up the shade. This is the shade that is really going to stand out in the eyeshadow look. This is our base shade really. So I'm just moving that into the crease, building up the colour and then blending it out. I absolutely love this shade because it is a beautiful, like it looks almost burgundy in the pan, but it's actually kind of like a purpley, pinky shade, which is fab. Like when you pack it on tightly, it does kind of come off quite dark, which is lovely. So you could really do your whole eye with the shade alone and just blend it out, which is fab. So the second shade we're going to go in with is Freedom from the palette, and it's a beautiful blue undertoned purple shade, and I'm using a Keilidh 228 brush to pick this colour up. Literally just using this to get like a little bit more of a purple shade from the Unruly colour rather than a pinky kind of shade. Just a tiny bit around the edges. Sure that we're not losing that Unruly shade. I'm going back in with a little bit of it. I'm just blending it into that Freedom shade. So the next shade we're going to go in with is Majesty on a Keilidh 224 brush. We're running this right on the edges of the purple shade, right around. So going back in with that P. Louise eyeshadow base again, I'm taking it firstly on my flat topped concealer brush from MAC, and this is the 225 brush, and that's just going to give us kind of the shape as how high I want to go. So I'm not doing like a structured cut crease, I'm doing just like a really blown out messy kind of crease. The reason that I'm even going back in with concealer is just to brighten up that area, but I'm not using it to cut the crease, even though it looks like I am here. I'm not. So I'm going in with this. It's just like a little brush that I have, and it's from the Balm makeup, and it's the only brush I have from the Balm. I think it came in like one of their eyeshadow palettes that I got, but I don't know the name of it, and it's haggard to bits from washing it, but it's perfect for just blending out. You can be as messy as you want. With this as well, you can see I'm going a bit too high there, but we're going to go back in and blend all of this out with some shadow in a minute. Now we're dipping back into that Freedom shade and we're blending the edges. I want this to be quite light and not as dark as Unruly, that's why I'm going in with Freedom. And over that base it's going to look quite lilac because it's kind of mixing in with the white base. Going in with that shade Veil from the palette. I'm using that on a Keilidh 234 brush. Just patting it on that inner corner just to brighten it up a little bit. Come back in with Freedom and we're going to blend that away. We don't want it to look white, we just want it to look a little bit brighter. Going in with the shade Mercy on a 226 Zoeva brush. Pat that just where the concealer and the shade Freedom meets. This is going to give such a beautiful like loose pigment effect. I actually love this shadow. Usually pressed shadows don't look as glittery as this, but it's like it's a pressed pigment, which is beautiful. In with the shade Unruly and just running that right underneath. Then going in with the shade Majesty and we're running that right underneath the Unruly shade. Then going in with the shade Fate, I'm going to run that right underneath and blend it all together. I'm going in with a Jeffree Star liquid lipstick. This is the shade Breakfast at Tiffany's. I'm going to take that on a Zoeva fine liner brush and I'm going to put that into the waterline and line the waterline. But these are like waterproof, so they're actually really good. The last shade I'm going to take this one here and it's the shade Aurora. Taking that on a little detailed shader brush from Zoeva and I'm pressing it on. And it just gives like a beautiful shimmer like pigment to the inner corner. Okay, so I just zoomed just back out because that is the finished eye look. I just applied some lashes and yeah, it's done. I'm starting off with the shade Prophecy and I'm using that on a Zoeva 227 brush. And I'm just putting that into the crease and building up the colour. And this is our mid-toned colour, so that's why I'm going in with a force, because this is the shade that you're going to see the most. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Saviour on a Zoeva 228 brush and blend out this shade and just give it a beautiful warm caramel tone then. And then I'm going to go in with a clean fluffy brush. I'm taking a brush from Hairspray and this is so cheap. It's €6 and it's buy one get one half price and it's ridiculously good. And I've washed these and everything and they haven't fallen apart. And yeah, they're really, really good value. Now I'm going in with the shade Oat on a Zoeva 224 brush. I'm just using that on the outer corner of the lid and then just buffing it up into the crease. And I'm going to run that along my lash line as well, just to create a little bit more depth and smokiness. I'm taking Oat on a Zoeva 234 brush and I'm just pressing it along the lash line as close to the lash line as I can get it. And this is going to be covered by this metallic shade, but it just will give our lashes more depth when we add the false lashes, and it'll give it much more of like a smokiness as well. I'm going in with this Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighting stick and it's just a beautiful gold cream highlighter. Taking that on a Madison M10 brush. I'm just going to run that on the lid where we didn't really put any eyeshadow, and this is just going to give our Chaos eyeshadow just a little bit of a sticky base. You can use like gel liner or concealer for this as well. So just applying it where you kind of want that Chaos to go. I'm just using a Zoeva 226 smudger brush, patting that Chaos shade all over the lid, anywhere we put down the cream base, and it just gives the most beautiful metallic sheen, and the base just helps stick it just a little tiny bit better. It's just more long lasting, I find, when you use a base. I love that colour. Taking some black Inglot gel liner on a Zoeva fine liner brush, and I'm going to pop this into my waterline, right into the waterline. The shade Sin on a Zoeva detailer brush, and I'm running it right underneath the lash line. and smoking out that gel liner. Taking the shade Oat on his wee bit smudger brush. And running it right along the lash line. Taking the shade Property. And running it right underneath the shade Oat. And lastly, in with the shade Saviour. I'm running that right underneath and just blending that into my outer corner here. I'm just blending everything together. I'm going to pop on some lashes and mascara and I'll be back. So, I had to film this on my phone. I don't know if this is even going to work, but I'm going to try and put it into the video. But this is the eye look that I did, but my camera is completely broken out. I'm waiting on a new battery and hopefully that's what's wrong with it, but if not, I'm going to have to get a new camera. But yeah, just in case, when I'm editing this, I hope this works and I can fit this in, but I don't know. But yeah, this is the eye look here that we did. I hope this works. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do, but hopefully it does. My final thought on this palette is absolutely beautiful. Quality is up there with some of the top palettes that I've tried. My eye keeps leaking. I'm trying to fix it, but it just keeps leaking and now there's like black coming from it. Great. But I haven't gotten a picture yet, so crying, literally. And but yeah, my final thoughts on this beautiful palette is that I just absolutely adore it. The colours blend like an absolute dream. Compared to the Sosu Hot Fire palette, this is on another level. So if you're a bit worried, if you've tried that palette and you didn't find it pigmented enough for you, then don't be nervous buying this palette because the pigmentation is on another level. I do think that the Hot Fire palette is not very pigmented, but it is great for someone who's a beginner because sometimes pigmented eyeshadows can be a little bit scary and the Hot Fire is definitely buildable. But this is the perfect eyeshadow palette for makeup artists or people who just adore makeup. The pigment is amazing. You have all of your colours. These shimmer shades, oh my god, they are just absolutely beautiful. I use all three in this look. Have like a base as such to them. They're just a beautiful like pigment, but they do kind of have a little bit of a base. They're not really opaque, but they're beautiful, like layered on top of things, I feel. So yeah, I'm just so happy with the palette and I'm just so happy for Keilidh. I followed her for years. She's just the most beautiful and supportive makeup artist on Instagram. She supports everyone, like smaller channels and smaller Instagrams and stuff like that, and she really bigs them up and really supports them and tries to put them out there. Once she sees someone has talent and someone is really dedicated, really looks out for people, and that's just exactly why I love her and I'm so proud of her. And yeah, go buy this palette. I have to say it is honestly worth every single penny. I'm so happy with it and it's definitely going to be one that I'm going to keep in my collection. It's so handy for traveling too because of the size. It's nice and small. I'm going to get one for my kit as well. But I'm definitely keeping this for myself because I love it too much to put in my kit just yet. I need to play with it a little bit more. So that finishes off this tutorial. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye!